What's going on, everyone? Uh, Basically, I'm making this video. A lot of my friends tell me I should make videos about day trading and investing in the stock market, and so that's what I'm doing here. And right now, I want to talk about what it takes to be a trader. Uh, Look, man. Number one, it takes a little bit of money. You got to start out with some sort of savings that you're comfortable with seeing go up and seeing go down, and with patience. And if you don't get greedy, you can definitely, it can go up. Really depends on where you're at financially. I mean, if all you have is $5,000 in savings, then I'd recommend, if you wanted to start, then you should do 20% of that. So I would say do 1,000 with the goal of making 1% every week. I can remember when I first started out, my Ameritrade account had only $5,000 in it, and it's a good experience because it's real money. As long as the money feels like real money to you, then you're going to pay attention to it. You're going to pay attention to your investments. You're going to pay attention to what's going on in the world. You're going to pay attention to the idiots out there that make the most ridiculous calls. And you're going to pay attention to the people out there that are actually making money and aren't even talking to people or on television. But basically, whatever you have, I would say take, minimum 20% if you're serious about really learning something. Don't do play money or fake money or practice money. You're never going to take it seriously. You're going to do wild moves. It's going to have no effect on you on how, like if you see it go down, you're not going to care. And if you see it go up, you're not going to care. And, so none of your strategies are going to matter because the money doesn't mean anything to you. But trust me, if $5,000 is a lot of money to you and you see it go down a couple $100, you're going to say, what the hell's going on? What should I do? And you're going to start learning how to be a leader with your money, which I think not enough people do. A lot of people just give their money away to people who thinking that they're going to do everything they can to take care of their money. But the reality is that all they're doing is taking your money and putting it into work and then taking a cut of your money. So I'm not saying anything negative about professionals, but if you want to take a leadership role with where your money's going to be, you should definitely, without any question, start learning how to do this. And the earlier, the better. If you're 20 years old, start doing it. I started trading money when I was 20. I thought all the money in the world was. I thought all the money in the world was $10,000. Like if I had $10,000 and I thought that was tons of money. And the reality is that wherever your head's at is where you are financially. Some people, $10,000 is not a lot of money. I know guys that lose $10,000 a day. I know guys that make $10,000 a day. You know what I mean? So it really comes down to, if you really want to focus your mind, you really want to learn about the stock market, you really want to have your entire mental capacity thinking about the markets, thinking about good investments, thinking about what's going on in the markets, got to use real money. Definitely. The second thing is, if you want to make money, you have to use, and you have money, you have to put a lot into it. It makes me laugh sometimes today, the amount of money that I put into it, that I risk, and it's a significant risk, but to me it's worth it because you come out on top and you make a little money, and it's all yours. It's not somebody else's money, where you're going to lose it, and then you get fired, or you make it and you just get to keep your job. And that's what a lot of traders do. They trade other people's money, and they don't get to keep the money they make, and they call it a bonus. and it's definitely worth it to do if you're trading hundreds of millions of dollars. But it's not worth it to do if if you're trading somebody else's money and they give you $50,000. It's not worth doing, because what can you make? Realistically, if you're going to trade safely, and I want to talk about that later on, maybe in the next video. I've already talked for 5 minutes. But if you're going to trade safely without a tremendous amount of risk, with the intention of making 1% or 0.5% on a trade, or even even less than that, with the and that's your goal, then you're not gonna no one's gonna care. I mean, 1% of $1 million is $10,000. So if you make a guy 1% on his money and he's giving you a cut of that, what are you making? $1,000? It's not. It's like a joke. I mean, what's the point? Obviously, if you get in the hundreds of millions, it's worth it. But there's just not a lot of guys that do that. But there is ways to make real money where you can keep your money yourself. It's your money that you're risking, and there are real ways to do it. That it's a lot of it. I mean, a lot goes through my mind when I make a trade, but a lot of it's common sense, and a lot of it's just going with things that make, at least for me, make complete sense to do. If you're looking at this page because you think that you're going to learn about how to trade penny stocks, see you later. Don't bother looking at this page. If you're looking at this page because you think that, I'm going to turn, $1,000 into $100,000, no. But if you're looking at this page because you think you can turn $10,000 into $11,000, or if you're looking at this page because you're thinking about turning $100,000 into $1,000 a week, that's totally doable. I mean, it really is doable with pretty basic trading strategies that end up getting really complicated as you get involved with it, but no different than a sports team or anything that's complicated. Food or sports or anything that can be basic but then get more complex as you get more involved. But the basic layers are there to make money, and so you don't have to be a rocket science. I'm definitely not a rocket scientist, and I do great. I mean, I'm looking to hopefully in 5 years retire doing this crap. So there's real money to make. A lot of freedom is very, very rewarding. Even when you lose money, there's a sense of leadership that you get, and feeling like you did something with your life. It's a really wonderful feeling. So basically, that's it. So that's my introduction. Let me know if you have any questions, if there's anything you want me to talk about. In terms of my credibility, I'm not a stockbroker. I've never passed my Series 7. But, I have made 30% on my money. I try to make anywhere between $500 and $1,000 a week trading. Sometimes that doesn't happen, but a lot of, you take 52 weeks out of the year, at least 30 of those weeks I can do that. So that's my credential, and I have in general a logical mind. I've always had one, so people have always told me that. So just here to give advice. Obviously, it's not expert advice. It's just regular advice. I'm here to just tell you what I think, and you don't have to take it. It's just advice. You can do whatever you want to do with your money. You can give it to whoever you want. In fact, if you're not comfortable in any way, I think that you should learn how to get comfortable with it. But if you're not comfortable in any way, you should always have money with a professional who can, you can spin ideas off of with. So that's it, man. Good luck out there in the stock market, and hopefully you like this page.